coverage you can count on. First Edition starts now.
Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us for News 13 First Edition. I'm Jordan Titus. Annette is off today. Let's first take a look at your forecast. Chief Meteorologist Frank Johnson joins us now. And Frank, we're ending the week on a hot and sunny note. What can we expect going into the weekend?
It's going to continue. The heat. Humidity will continue through the weekend. We're likely going to see heat advisories again for tomorrow. Plus, we've got that chance for those pop-up late-day storms back. In fact, Viper 13 real-time radar right now showing a few isolated showers across parts of our area, including one strong thunderstorm. This is a severe thunderstorm warning for parts of Williamsburg County. That goes until 4:30. Could see some nickel-sized hail, perhaps 60-mile-per-hour winds. Worst of the storm is off to the southeast of the Kingstree area, and it's moving very slowly. So some areas are going to see some very heavy rain and a lot of thunder and lightning out of that storm. Satellite picture right now showing the partly cloudy skies across our area. Just a few isolated thunderstorms around. Much of the rain is still back to our west, and temperatures in the 90s across the board, including a few areas that hit triple digits. Hartsville 100 degrees right now. I'll have a look at how hot it's going to be for the weekend coming up in a few more minutes.
Thanks, Frank. Breaking news, 3 people were arrested this morning after a months-long investigation after what Horry County Police say involved ill treatment of animals. News 13's Morgan Baker reports.
Investigators have been out here off Rainbow Drive since early this morning, where they rescued several dogs from a home, though officials have not said how many dogs were rescued or what condition they were in. Joaquim Evans, Thamontrese Livingston, and Jamar Chestnut face charges of conspiracy and criminal conspiracy. I spoke with a family member who says a lot of their family lives in the area and are neighbors. Officials say between the end of April and the end of May, officers conducted an investigation into reports of animals being neglected and mistreated, leading to today's arrests. I spoke with a neighbor who says he's always heard barking but never thought anything of it, as a lot of people in the area have dogs. I spoke with Allison Gillespie, the adoption coordinator at All for Paws Animal Rescue, who says cases like these are unfortunately common in the area.
We really need some sharper laws in our county or state to combat some of these issues. Even just registering pets, which I know no one likes to do, but like registering pets or spay-neuter laws really are the key to getting the population under control.
A North Carolina-based rescue will provide care for the rescued dogs. The investigation is ongoing, and officials say more charges are likely to follow. At 5, I'll have more from Gillespie on what people should do if they suspect a neighbor of animal cruelty. Reporting in Longs, Morgan Baker, News 13.
New developments continue in the investigation surrounding Pawleys Island Christian Academy. Earlier this week, 70-year-old Warren Perry was arrested on alleged probation violations. Perry was convicted of sexual exploitation of a minor in 2023, and we uncovered a document showing that less than 3 months before his arrest, Perry signed a general power of attorney naming Ginny Williams, the wife of Pastor Don Williams, as the person to handle his affairs. We asked Horry County Solicitor Jimmy Richardson what he thought of these findings.
It certainly looks like a clue, and it's certainly something that they're going to be looking into. The timing of it is suspect, but the police are aware of it, and they will try to come to some sort of an answer on what that was all about.
News 13's Cameron Townsend will have more on these developments coming up on your news at 5:30. New tonight, bond was again denied for Connie Graham, a Robeson County woman charged with murder in the death and disappearance of her stepdaughter, Sarah Graham. Connie's son, Bobby McAllen, and Luke Locklear also face charges in Sarah's death. This is video from a previous court appearance. Sarah went missing in 2015 when she was only 18 years old and was recently declared legally dead by a judge. She was last seen on February 4th of 2015. The FBI continues to offer a $5,000 reward for information leading to the location of Sarah's body. You can read much more on the story at WBTW.com. And Republican gubernatorial nominee Alan Wilson and Senator Mike Rickenbaugh joined South Carolina Republican Party Chairman Drew McKissick earlier this afternoon for the official signing of the Lieutenant Governor nomination form. This formally places the Wilson-Richenbaugh ticket on the November general election ballot. Senator Richenbaugh says he and his wife have been on the campaign trail for months with Wilson and were humbled by the support from the PD.
News 13 on-time traffic, sponsored by Joy Law Firm. Just call Joy.
And traffic not too bad right now on 501 between CCU and Carolina Forest. Just the occasional slowdowns at the traffic lights. No issues right now on 544. Drive times along the Grand Strand on 501 from Carolina Forest to CCU. That'll take 11 minutes. 17 in both directions along the Grand Strand. Moving a little bit slower than normal. Florence area looking okay. No problems in town right now. No issues on I-95. Currently on 95 from TV Road to 76. That'll take 9 minutes. Palmetto from 5 Points to Irby Street will take 5 minutes. And 52 from Palmetto to I-95 will take 7 minutes.
Thanks, Frank. Surfside beach leaders have received a confidential report from insurance investigators. This as the town continues to navigate a cybercrime incident surrounding a $545,000 payment that never made it to a North Carolina contractor. Mayor Robert Kraus says the initial review of the report appears to support the town's previous statements that the compromise originated on the contractor end and the town correctly followed internal payment procedures. President of Wildcat Contractors, Kyle Boker, said back in May that his email company system was not compromised and that the town sent the money to a scammer account. Kraus says the town is working on another news release with the latest information, but did not say when it would be available. Count on us for updates. And the world of esports continues to grow throughout Horry County, with the newest expansion located in Myrtle Beach. Earlier this week, the city announced the addition of an esports room located in the Mary C. Canty Recreation Center. The room features gaming PCs, gaming consoles, and headsets. Throughout the last few years, esports has continued to grow in popularity, both on the collegiate level and for K through 12 students. The program coordinator for esports at Coastal Carolina University, George Warner, said that the new room helps esports continue to grow.
It's really awesome to see that, again, not just the schools, but the city itself has really been growing its esports footprint and just gaming footprint, because it allows these students not just playing a game as an activity, but it's also skill development. So getting and engaging these youth early, getting them interested in gaming, it really opens a lot of career opportunities.
News 13's Maddie Body will have more on esports and its growing popularity tonight at 5:30. Well, football season is upon us and players are gearing up for the competition this season. But one school is passing a milestone as a whole that's been 4 years in the making. Gianna Forbes reports.
Pushing past the noise and excelling to be better than last season. That's the message for seniors at Atlantic Collegiate who have spent all 4 years right here on this field.
Everybody's doubted us these past 3 years.
The word doubt. It either strikes fear in an athlete or develops them to push harder.
We're definitely all like brothers, all family.
But when you spend your last 4 years of high school at Atlantic Collegiate Academy, Coach Antoine Rivens gives you no choice as a player but to push harder.
We have to outwork and out-prepare and just be, almost perfect for that reason, because we're fighting different odds in terms of people counting us out and what they think about charter schools. But at the end of the day, we're just a football program.
Both Heckle and Moore are a part of a group of seniors at ACA that will be the first group of players who've been here since the school opened to graduate this year. To Coach, it's a testament to that pushing harder mentality when everyone else seems to count you out.
The standard will be the standard, and so, I haven't veered left too much from it, but you had growing pains and you had to grow, but now I think we're in the right direction of the expectations and the standard.
And it's about more than just a great season, after going 5-7 last year overall, but to show the younger guys starting off as freshmen that the want to be better every day is worth it.
That's a part of it, but they definitely will go down as the pioneers for our program and set the standard and the bar.
So no matter the noise, sometimes silence is golden, and the charter school hopes that the growth will speak for itself this season. In Conway, Gianna Forbes, News 13 Sports.
We've seen a few isolated thunderstorms popping up across the area this afternoon. I'll let you know if this rain chance will last into the weekend coming up.